hope you're doing an amazing. Hey, everybody. I hope you're doing fine. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks again for tuning in. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Today's live stream is not gonna be a long one. I'm gonna keep it short because technically I'm at a parking lot at work. So it's Veterans Day. It's a holiday. Shout out to all the veterans out there, and thank you for your service. I'm gonna be going in to put in my 8 hours and just get up out of here because I would have preferred to stay home on a holiday, but I had to come here, man. It's double time and a half pay day, so we can't beat it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna go crazy on overtime or anything like that. I'm just gonna keep it short, work my 8 hours. I'm working 10 to 6, and I'm gonna go home, all right? So you guys, you probably see the title already, so you already know what's up. I'm not gonna hang out and wait till y'all tune in. I'm just gonna roll with this. If you find this on the replay, just make sure to watch the live stream towards the end, all right? So I didn't really get all the settings uh you know, configured or anything like that. I don't even have the microphone. I'm just going to go by the cell phone built-in microphone. So I hope you can hear me clearly. All right, let's get into it. It's time the African invested in Africa. So this topic has been floating around the internet to like different Pan-African channels and things like that. But one thing that I find so disappointing is that a lot of Africans who are here in the diaspora, they don't take it seriously. And I know a number of friends who live here in the United States, specifically where I reside. They have the financial ability to invest or, do something positive, but they choose not to do that. Every time when I talk to them and have a conversation, they always come up with excuses such as, oh, like the government has not built a much more favorable business climate for expatriates to come and invest. But when I say, what do you mean expatriates? Like a lot of people, they will tell you, oh, for us like diasporans, we go there like things are not good. I say, listen, wait a second. The expatriates that are not originally from Africa, they're doing business in African countries and they're doing fine. We're talking about Indians, Pakistanis, Lebanese, and Chinese, and so forth. They are becoming millionaires, even multimillionaires in African countries doing business there. I'm personally from Congo, right? I can't even tell you the amount of Indo-Pakistanis that are doing business back home, or Lebanese or Chinese. They're doing fine. They have grocery stores. They're building things all around, like all across the country. But they never complain about the infrastructure. You know why? Because you just go in there, study the market, find where you can establish a business, and just go from there. With the growing population of Kinshasa, for instance, the capital city of Democratic Republic of Congo, right? The demand is growing higher and higher every single day. So how much more excuse do you need to get in front of, like, in order for you to get started in whether investing in any of the African nations? Because personally, when I was ready to like go do something in Congo, like I talk about my experience like farming in Congo, even though I'm still struggling financially and trying to get things done on my own. It could be a little difficult sometimes, but positivity is the key that will get you where you need to be. I've always said to myself that as long as I was born and grew up in Congo, there's no way I get comfortable outside of Congo. I live here in America permanently, but like my mind is always back in Congo. That's why I always go back and forth, making sure that the things that I'm doing there is getting momentum. All right, because I do not expect anybody else to come in and tell me what I need to do in terms of investing in Congo, because that should be natural. You should not be coming to the West after everything you've learned growing up in Africa, and then you just choose not to do anything about it. Because most Western countries, they have developed their nations using the resources that they they have been extracting in third world countries, at least how they call it, right? And they managed to develop their own countries. So what about ourselves, the very same citizens of those specific countries who have access to these resources, but we're not really doing anything with it? I thought the whole idea behind African moving to the West is to get education, to learn more so they know what they can do to fix or change the narrative in their countries. But once they get here, they forget all about what they have originally come here for. Like the number one mission that brought them here, it's left behind. It's left unintended. They not even trying to do anything to change the narrative or fix anything. So how good are you to your community or to the father of independence of your country? Like, I'm sure in their grave they're not going to be happy with your current ideology, because you should not really be getting too comfortable here in the West. Because number one, you came here for a reason. You came here with a purpose. That purpose should have been you learn, get educated, and then exports that education and that experience or expertise to your country and see how you can help to change the way things are done. But when you come here, you learn all of these things and you start to invest that knowledge here, because there isn't really anything that you can change that has not been done here in the West already. So it is time for us to use the expertise and experience that we are gaining here in the West and take it back home and see what we can change to improve certain things. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in law enforcement here in America, but I'm not planning on getting into law enforcement in Africa. Maybe I'll do it in one, just so I can bring my contribution. But I'm more leaning towards farming, and that's one thing that I want to do. I noticed that in Kinshasa, there are not that many local farmers who are mass producing agricultural products to meet the demand of the growing local population of Kinshasa, right? That's why I wanted to jump into agriculture, because I know with food insecurity, food crisis, we only have food insecurity in certain parts of Congo, not because there isn't enough food, but because there is not enough farmer to produce the amount of food to meet the demands of the growing population. That is the problem. Once you identify what the issues are, it makes it easier to, work and just get it done. You understand what I'm saying? So as soon as I've figured that out, I said, well, I will do it regardless. I do it like whatever the price, it's in whatever cost. So that's why I dedicated my time and efforts that I am putting here in the US. I'll take it back home so that I can better things the way I see fit. And that is my contribution. Because the reason I say that, all right, even being in law enforcement, I have no interest in like going in Congo, applying for a job, or even getting a position somewhere so I can change things. I have my own personal reason why I do not want to do it, because we know the reality of working in, variety of African nations. I can't only speak on behalf of Congo. Like, people are malicious, people are spiteful. They will see you bringing change, but then they trying to poison you, trying to kill you. They're trying to make sure you don't change the system so that they can continue to make money illegally. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to get involved into illegal activities knowing my integrity, knowing what I stand for. And that's one of the reasons why I chose not to really export my law enforcement expertise, even when time is right. I'm not saying it's impossible, and like they say never. I might at one point consider it, but it has never been on my mind. What has been on my mind the whole time is doing is farming in Congo, and I've been doing it and it's been going fantastic. All right, even though I have now reached the point where I can comfortably say that, okay, my farm is in fully functioning of state where I'm generating income off of it, and like, I'm not there yet, but the journey has been very smooth so far. Yes, I've ran into some issues. I've shared my experience with you with the conflicts that occurred, which resulted in pausing the activities that were taking place over there. At one point, we had to remove the animals and sell them, so that I ended up losing a ton of money anyway. But like the one thing that is still keeping me motivated is the fact that I have already built a pig farm. I mean, the pig barn, right? The pig barn is already built, and we've already reestablished conversation with the guys that were guarding the farm. Really soon I will bring them back, and we'll be continuing building more structures in there, like bringing poultry farming and doing things like that. It's gonna take time because, again, I single-handedly do all of these things without any financial institution assisting me as like a small or local farmer, right? But I do not expect them to do that anyway, because getting more into depths when you're trying to like uh establish something, or do your projects, it does not help you in the long run, because you will be working to just pay the debts. You know what I'm saying? Plus, like, the system, we know how it works in Congo. I will not really recommend anyone to like borrow money, whether it is here in the West or there in Congo. I would highly recommend that you use the money that's, excuse me, out of your pockets, and go invest there. And that's this very same thing I have been doing since I strongly, you know, like, since I strongly believed in what I was trying to do, which was farming, right? So farming is something that I would always encourage people to do, no matter, like, no matter the price, no matter the cost, and things like that. And it's been very rewarding for me. And I will also encourage you, if that is the path that you're trying to follow, I have a whole playlist in my YouTube channel that says farming in Congo Kinshasa. I will highly recommend you clicking the button. I have about more than 30 or so videos on there where I talked about when I was fencing up the farm, the challenges that I went through. You will find it very informational, and I hope you use that tool to help you learn how to get started, right? So all of those are the things that we should all keep in mind when we're trying to make a move to Africa, do any business whatsoever. Like, I generalize Africa because that's where I'm from, and I would like to see other African countries, making progress, improving the way they do things, and things of that sort. And also, I look African in the diaspora. I also encourage them to go back to their respective countries to do business and empower the locals, or even like the youth, that is going to shine in the next generation to do positive things, rather than just sitting there all like thinking about moving to the West, rather than putting in more work to change the way things are done. You know what I mean? Like, I always advocate for that. And also, time will come that I will pack my stuff and move over there when the time is right. That's why I'm just working as hard as I can and make as much money as I can, so I can pour all the money that I'm making here into my projects there, because one day it is my long-term goal to move back and just monitor and just do business there, and make sure I focus on my farm. All right, because I started with pig, right? But the good thing, the barn is already there. But I'm gonna get into poultry farming really soon. I'm gonna, like, get rabbits. I'm gonna get, because I have like worth like 15 acres worth of land that's just sitting there. Like, as of now, it's not really doing anything. Of course, I got trees that are growing there. A couple of months ago, they planted trees. They're growing, and I'm very excited. Like, my brother went to visit to get me a good feedback. Like, the trees are growing, which is a great thing, and I want to keep it going that way. But with your supports, we'll just make that happen. When I say supports, I'm not talking about money. I'm just talking about you tuning in, sharing my video, liking my video, commenting, giving me your suggestions, and let's just connect. All right. So if you want to reach out to me, you go on my YouTube page, on the tab, my email, it's on there. You shoot me an email. We'll talk about certain things, and I have people in my inbox now. Like, we maintain the right communication. We talk about, farming in Congo and things like that. So it's really a great journey, and I will highly encourage you to do the same thing. All right. So I was going to keep this short. I wasn't even planning on going over 10 minutes, but here we are. I'm about to call it a day because I got to go in there put in my 8 hours, and then go home. All right. So I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure to hit the like button and share this live stream with a friend. Until the next one, I'll see you soon. Plus, stay tuned because I got 3 videos that I've been working on in the past couple weeks, but it's just being so difficult for me to release them because I think I told you guys that I'm working on getting my college degree and working 2 jobs with all the overtimes I've been working in my current job is just crazy. It's driving me nuts. And at one point I even started falling behind and doing my homeworks and stuff because of work, but I'm trying to keep it up because December 14th is when like this semester will come to a term, but I want to make sure I get everything done. So it's really challenging and difficult for me, but keep me in your prayer. We will pull it off. All right. Thanks again. I'll see you next time. Peace.